I feel the lesson here is this. If you're asking the truth from someone, you should not punish them for telling you the truth when the truth hurts. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to discuss the remaining couple that I haven't covered yet on Netflix's reality show The Ultimatum, namely Shanique and Randall. There's a lot I can go through with this couple, but I've decided for this video that I would focus on what I feel is the crux of their problem, because I think that we can all learn a lot from that. Again, I'm only working with information that I'm presented with. I am not claiming to know these people. First of all, Shanique, I've typed as an ISFP, which you can see here means that she has introverted feeling FI as her dominant function, in fact, in her first position. So personality types with FI introverted feeling in their top 2 spots make decisions based on their intrinsically sourced feelings and values. And this is often associated with a need and deep desire to be authentic, to be true to themselves and be able to freely express themselves. And because they value authenticity so much, they tend to want that from other people as well, for other people to be authentic with them too. And this translates to sort of a desire to seek emotional truth in themselves and others. And you see this very admirable trait in Shanique, that her ultimate desire being on the show is to seek the truth in her relationship between her and Randall, even if a lot of the time it's very hurtful.
I brought him here and I want him to be better, and if this person is making him feel more confident, making him feel more outspoken, and it's a hard pill to swallow, but you know what, like this, I brought this on myself. Honestly, like, I don't think I've ever felt more at peace about the possibility of whatever happens.
However, the problem that Shanique has, I feel, is that her immediate emotional reaction to the truth when it's not what she wants to hear. She basically, like an ISFP would or tends to, she lets herself express freely her immediate disappointment, sadness, anger in the moment, which I think is associated with her other dominant function, SE, extroverted sensing. And she doesn't really think about the consequence of her big emotional fallout in terms of how it affects how Randall would react. She basically, on the show, always asks for the truth with very good intention, but then realizes in the moment that she can't handle it.
I just want to make sure that Randall is being fully transparent about his feelings for Madeline. I need to know.
Why not just listen to what I had to say?
I'm hearing you. I just think it fucking sounds crazy.
Wait,
nah, you got me fucked up. You got me fucked up. You just said the wrong shit.
It's hard to hear. I get it. And you don't want to listen right now.
All right, you my ex. Cool.
That's not what I'm saying.
We're not in a relationship. Cool.
I'm confused because I was told that I'm living with somebody else and that's my new person for these 3 weeks. I was told that. What the fuck do you want me to do? You want me to just sit in my corner?
Sit in the fucking corner and miss me.
So how does this affect Randall? Randall is an INFJ with dominant functions NI, introverted intuition, and FE, extroverted feeling. Extroverted feeling, FE, aims to maintain relational harmony. And if it's in the second position, it comes with a feeling of obligation and responsibility. So personality types with FE in the second spot tend to feel really bad and really guilty if they cause any emotional upset. Shanique's bad emotional reactions to Randall's truth-telling would be a big trigger for him. Randall is also an intuitive dominant type with NI, introverted intuition, as his top function. And what NI does is that it's very good at projecting a clear future outcome, the most likely consequence of an action or a series of events way before anything happens. They are also able to connect intuitive dots, so to speak, and be able to work out people's real hidden intentions behind their actions. And because Randall has been in a relationship with Shanique for a while now, he knows her very well. So he's learned, probably even after a couple of instances, what happens with her when she hears something that she doesn't want to hear. And thus, he's become very cautious about what he tells her and how he responds to her, because he's able to tell what she's really asking and also able to project what her likely emotional reaction would be. And so if he projects that she's not going to like what he's going to say, and without wanting to outright lie to her and be false, he ends up either refusing to answer her question, or she starts to deflect her questions in order to avoid causing upset. However, ironically, the fact that he's doing this, which means he's not being authentic and expressing himself, would really piss her off, because she seeks authenticity in herself and others.
I realized like Madeline never really says the things that she needs to work on, and maybe you know because you live with her, but what have you seen from Madeline that she can work on?
I mean, at this point, it's none of my concern, truthfully.
Yeah, that's great. I'm saying, what can you just say what Madeline can work on?
Madeline is an X factor. She doesn't matter right now.
You know what? Don't piss me off right now. Please don't. Please don't.
What are you talking about?
I'm asking you, what the fuck did y'all talk about?
Why? I think you want me to say something that I hated about Madeline. I think that's what you want me to say. You want me to say something that I hated. My thing is, why does it even matter?
Great, say less.
You're saying things out of spite, and that's kind of like what I needed us to work on.
So this dynamic becomes a no-win situation, a lose-lose dynamic. I feel the lesson here is this. If you're asking the truth from someone you're in a relationship with, and they are being authentic and respond to you truthfully, you should not punish them for telling you the truth when the truth hurts. I feel this is a very common theme and problem in a lot of romantic relationships. We ask our partner for the truth, and then we don't know what to do with it if it's not what we expect. And I feel from the show, Shanique is guilty of doing this a lot, not just with Randall, but even with Zay, her kind of experiment.
What you thinking?
I guess I want to know, who do you think is gonna walk away from this together?
Crazy enough, I don't know.
Okay, well, this was lovely.
What's wrong?
Nothing.
Talk to me.
Well, I thought you might say me and Randall.
I mean, shit.
Yeah, it's jokes on me.
She often seemingly is asking for truth. I'm asking you a question. But based on her response, when she doesn't like what you say, you realize that she's not asking for the truth. She's asking because she expects you to say something that she wants to hear. And then she gets really upset if you do otherwise. And so in this scenario, what happens to couples is one of two paths. Either like Shanique and Randall on the show, where your partner does try to be truthful, then there's constant arguments over the upset that the truth causes. And then the partner almost feels insensitive, even though they're answering what you asked. Or you end up training your partner to not be truthful, to lie and conceal. And is that really a relationship that you're striving for? So my take on this would be to ask yourself, are you really asking for the truth? are you really trying to open up your partner and see them as a person? Remember that they are an individual separate from you, with their own thoughts, their own feelings, their own inner worlds that you might not be aware of. And are you really asking them what their truth is, what they are really feeling, what really is going on with them in order to understand them? Or are you really just asking for their reassurance? For them to say something that aligns with what you expect and what you want to hear, and therefore alleviate your anxiety and fears. Once you differentiate within yourself what you're truly trying to ask, then my advice would be to be brave and vulnerable and be upfront about asking exactly the thing you're trying to look for, either their truth or their reassurance. And it takes a lot of courage to ask for reassurance because it requires you to be vulnerable and admit that you're insecure. And the way to kind of get over that hump would be to realize that until we ourselves are being truly vulnerable and authentic ourselves, I feel we cannot expect that from our partner. To realize that the truth does hurt a lot of the time, but it also gives us clarity. And without clarity, we won't know how to best move forward. Clarity gives us information to know what to do next. I hope that is some food for thought and you find it's helpful in your relationships. Thanks for watching and hope you found this helpful. If you did, then please remember to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. If you wanted to speak to me one-to-one about your personality type, to understand yourself more, your relationships more, and to know yourself in order to guide you through decisions in life, then please feel free to look for contact details in the description box below.